My friends, we are only on the third episode of our Director of Football series, but I think all of the fears that I had leading up to this point have been completely washed away because Jesus is doing an absolutely bang up job. Just look at that table. We've played 1 month of the season. We'll talk about how we got there in just a little bit, but Jesus has also made his first signings. Welcome back, one and all, to episode number 3 of our Director of Football series here on FM24. I'm your host, Mr. Cellophane. Thank you so very much for joining me. If you've been enjoying the series so far, please do me the favor, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Jesus has made not 1, but 2 signings already. First is Gabriel Overton, an 18-year-old English striker. He did make 1 appearance for us. He did have to leave that match at the end of the first half because he picked up a little bit of a knock, so he has not played since, but he should be back. He scored 1 goal while he was at Peterborough. He is with us now. Pretty decent player, if you ask me. Good finishing. I love his pace and acceleration. Off the ball is not bad. He's 5'10", a little bit injury prone. Yeah, I think we've already seen that, and we do need to improve his strength. Strength 7 isn't that fantastic, but he is on loan for the remainder of the season from Posh. And we have gotten ourselves a new center back. It's 19-year-old Will Squires, literally just signed on loan from Blackpool. Now, we did have to pay a loan fee of £1,900 for this guy, so I'm not sure where that money's going to come from because we did not have any transfer budget and we had very little left in the wage budget, but I guess we had enough in the wage budget to be able to handle this deal. He's 6'4", physical center back. He's not the strongest, but in the air, oh my goodness, his aggression, his patience are also pretty good. Decent finishing, tackling, marking. I cannot wait, and he is going to get his start today in our first match against Peterborough Sports. The one thing, though, you will notice we do not have yet is a goalkeeper. So the one thing that we needed him to go out and procure for us, well, he still hasn't done that. And because we are super hands-off, we aren't like slipping him notes and saying, hey, by the way, goalkeeper? So we are still hoping that we get a backup / replacement starter goalkeeper to help with Jake Weaver, because God forbid something happens with Jake Weaver, because I am very loath to play one of our youngsters. We've talked about that in previous episodes. So, Jesus, if you're listening, goalkeeper, please. As far as the matches on the pitch are concerned, we followed up our 1-1 draw to start the season, not as well as I would have liked. Back post header by George Waring. The only thing that Curzon Ashton was going to need to beat us by a score of 1-0. So after 2, we were 0-1-1, but we were okay after that. On the road at Hereford, Andre Londell scored not 1, but 2 goals, including that absolute beautiful grass cutter from outside of the box. Hereford would tie things up, though, off of an own goal for Clark. It was going to deflect off of his shoulder past Weaver. Not really a lot we could have done about that, but like I said, Landell scoring a brace in this one. Skinner just throwing it into the middle. Landell is like, thank you for this gift, putting it past Pond to make it 2-1, and we would finally ice the match about 67 minutes in as Meyer getting the ball over the top, putting it past the goalkeeper for our first victory of the season. And in a lot of ways, we were dominant in this match. And it was something that I hope that we get to see a whole ton more of. That said, we didn't have to wait very long, well, 30 minutes, but to get the goals again, Jordan Brown winning the penalty, scoring the penalty, then off a free kick, Meyer scoring once again, and we would get a third in second half, stoppage time, Ogle throwing the ball into the middle, there is Johnny on the spot, Mr. Landell, once again, his 3rd goal in 2 matches, once again, we nearly doubled up Scunthorpe in shots on goal. Our possession numbers were tilted in our favor, and since we are not a possession team, love to see it. Jordan Brown would be working hard for us in the next match as we took on Banbury at home. He won the penalty again. He scored the penalty again. So back-to-back matches, scoring from the spot, 1-0. That was all we were going to need. And I honestly thought we were going to just cruise through the rest of the season, but things were just a little bit more difficult on the road against Gloucester City. Parker getting things started in the 18th minute, putting them ahead 1-0, and less than 5 minutes later, they would double their lead. Parker involved again, this time shooting from the edge of the box, but Jordan Brown won us another penalty. This time, Fletcher delivered to have Gloucester's lead, but they would go up 3-1 just 2 minutes into the second half. Tully just walking in unmarked, putting it past Weaver short side. But we were not done, my friends. Off of corner, Meyer looking back post, ball unable to clear it. Fletcher scoring once again to make it 3-2. And then we would find an equalizer. Beautiful ball forward. Landell scoring once again. 3 consecutive matches with a goal, putting it past the keeper, Tom Stewart, to secure a point on the road against Gloucester City. Well, if you remember, our media prediction before the season started was 21st, which would put us in the relegation zone. We are now 20th, 50-1 odds to win the league. So things improving a little bit. And 5th place right now on the table, 11 points through 6 matches. I will take that any day of the week and twice on Sundays. And even though Andre Landell has been absolutely fantastic lately, we got to see what we've got in Gabe Overton. We're also going to be starting Will Squires, the brand new Blackpool loanee, in this match. Jordan Brown, well, he's won us 3 penalties in 3 consecutive matches. So that means that Mitch Clark is going to drop down to the bench. So it's Weaver, Sullivan, Brown, Squires, Green, Coyle and Macedi as our wings, McClintock and Fletcher in the midfield, with Meyer and Overton up top. Andre Landell, Sam Mantom, Alex Moore, Mitch Clark, and Jaden Charles will be on the bench. We are not riding with a backup goalkeeper. We are rolling the dice and taking our chances. I mean, come on, let's be real. How big a risk is it really to not have a backup goalkeeper when you are allowing your greenhorn director of football to just take care of basically anything? If you can take that leap of faith, you can go on the assumption that your goalkeeper is going to survive the entire match. Peterborough Sports, 3 points through their first 6 matches. They sit in 23rd. They are currently in line to get relegated out of the Vanarama National North, and we're hoping to help them along in this match. But things getting quickly underway with a corner kick. Peterborough Sports, Lawler looking back post, popped up, comes the Fox, across, Weaver making a massive save. But a minute and a half in, 2 corner chances for the opposition doesn't make me feel great. In-swinger this time from Lawler, back post, Squires deals with it. Imperious in the air, that is how we described him, and so far, he is living up to his billing. Gash missing 1 wide, and we're going to really have to start turning things on if we want to see a different result than we have in most of our previous series. If you've been following the channel for a while, then you know just how difficult it seems to be to match up against the teams that are far inferior to you on the table. In our last series with SV Elversberg in Germany, it seemed like we played okay against the mid-table teams, even the top of the table teams, and we not once but twice beat a Bundesliga side in the DFB Pokal pretty handily, kept them to clean sheets both times, only to go against the team at the bottom of the table and have to eke out a 1-1 draw in the 93rd minute. Off of the post, we are getting so very lucky as Peterborough Sports just slicing right through the middle of our team right there. 22 minutes in, we finally get our first shot on goal. So it's happening again. The game that we have been playing for the last couple of matches that we have won back to back to back to back, not counting the 3-3 draw. That was very hard won, and we certainly deserved it. Ooh, over the top, Myers in, he shoots, and he cannot beat Crook, making himself huge, but we will get a corner chance here just past the 30-minute mark. McClintock, the left winger, is going to take it, putting it into the middle, looking for Brown. It's going to go over everybody. I thought maybe for a second a penalty was going to be called. Usually when nobody touches the ball like that off of a set piece in Football Manager, it means that somebody fouled someone. Green sending it forward, can't pick out Overton. McCauley clears it. Green gets it back over the top. Johnson almost heads it away. There was a little bit of a miscommunication there between the defender and the goalkeeper for Peterborough Sports, but Cook is going to just send that long. Squires will nod it down to Weaver, who, instead of picking it up as he could have, decided to play it with his feet. Coyle with it. Anybody else having trouble with the yellow and the orange kits? Especially since both teams have black shorts. Or is it just me and my middle-aged eyeballs? Masidi into the middle. McClintock with a shot from range. Crook gets his fingertips on it, will deflect it above, and another corner chance coming up. Darlington just took a 1-0 lead on the road at Buxton. Buxton right now in third place coming into this match. McCauley missing that one wide. But it looks like it did deflect off of one of the Peterborough Sports players. So Meyer with a chance off of the near side corner. Looking back post. It's over Squire's head. Again, no call. Chase down. There are two Peterborough Sports players in the area. So we've caught up a little bit, even on shots on target, even on XG. The possession battle is tilted slightly in our favor. But with 5 minutes left to go, Peterborough Sports is threatening. Meyer looking to send it in the middle. Squires pops it up. Gash is there, and I cannot believe that he missed that. And we're going to be very fortunate, if nothing changes, to go into the locker room after the first half tied 0-0. Lawler with another corner opportunity cleared away by Squires, but Fox recycles it quickly. Jones off of the post and in. It's Mark Jones. Ashton Fox picking up the assist. Jones, his first goal of the season. Rushall Olympic 0, Peterborough Sports 1. And once again, we are undone by set piece defense. It just seems to me, again, all right, so we're, okay, fair warning, we are bitching about Football Manager again. I apologize. It is one of my favorite things to do. But it always seems that when we are on the attack on a set piece, if we do not collect on a corner, the ball is cleared and immediately gathered by a member of the opposition to start a counterattack. However, whenever we are the defending team, we clear a ball, it goes right to a member of the opposition who is able to recycle and start the second phase of a set piece. And Huey, good job by Sullivan. Still right now, as things stand, it's 7th place, but not adding on to our point tally of 11. And that could be an issue as we get a little further and further along. And of course, McClintock just proves me wrong, being able to get to that ball. But Fox was almost the first one there. You and I both saw it. McClintock into the middle, finds Gabriel Overton charging into the box. Overton's second goal of the year in all competitions to tie it up just a little over a minute into this second half. Rushall Olympic 1, Peterborough Sports 1, and everything I just said went completely out the window and was proven untrue by McClintock and Overton. But you know what? I am absolutely here for it. I'm not mad at either of them for making me look like an absolute schnook on YouTube. Hopefully there just aren't enough people watching this to really embarrass me too much. Final third throw-in, though. These so dangerous for the AI. Jones dropping it back to Albin. Jones up for Gash, turns, fires, deflected out. No, that was just a bad shot. Christian Green is going to come out. We're going to drop Jordan Masidi and move Sam McClintock over to the right. Bring in Jaden. He's nervous. Everyone's nervous on the bench, except for Landell. Landell is feeling pretty good. So let's move Gabriel Overton up there. We'll bring Landell to pair with him. Ronan Meyer is going to come out with a little over 20 minutes left to go. Believe me, there's plenty of football. We've got another match to play in this episode. That's right. We are back to the double live comms. I enjoyed doing everything as kind of like a self-contained unit for South by Sudvest, but this is the way that I love Football Manager. I love playing the game, and I felt like the way I did that series, I wasn't able to showcase my love of playing the game. Oh, ball over the top. Overton is there. He's got a man in the middle. He decides to go for it himself, and Crook will put that behind. Let's make them pay, boys. Come on. Corner kick. Outswinger. Do we do outswingers? I don't know. I left this up to my coaching staff as well because I could not find my preset routines, the ones I've been using, the entire time here in Football Manager 24. Masidi with a drive from range is going to miss everything. And I'm pretty sure at this point, we are going to end up with a 1-1 draw. Very interesting heat map for us. It's like our goalkeeper and in our half on the wings. But other than that, oh, God, Fletcher by. Jeez, no. Second yellow card. Oh, for Alex Fletcher. And that means we're going to go to a 3-man midfield. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually narrow things up here. So Coyle's going to come in. McClintock's going to come in. They can all be center mids on support. I don't care. Let's actually make the middle guy ball-winning midfielder. It just seems to me that is the way we should go. If I can actually get there. There we go. So we're down to 10 men for the final couple of minutes. Thank you so very much, Alex Fletcher, for making things just that little bit more difficult. We were already having enough time, or a hard enough time at home. But Coyle up for Overton, playing it back for Coyle. We're actually on the attack here, even though we're shorthanded. Can we get a shorthanded goal? Charles, looking back post. Can't pick out Overton. Tootle, though, doesn't clear it very far, so Overton able to track it down. On the left wing, into the middle. Who's there? But Andre Landell is 5th of the year. Rushall Olympic 2. Peterborough Sports 1. In the 94th minute, literally 40 seconds left on the clock. And somehow we are able to come alive. Maybe it's because we had all that additional space. Maybe it's because we weren't worried about the wingers. But Andre Landell, with his team leading 5th goal of the season to put us ahead. And, of course, they're on the attack, but Sullivan takes over, leaves it back for Brown, up for Coyle. Can we get another one? Landell, quickly to Overton. Oh, he's got space. They were pushing forward, trying to get that equalizer. Overton into the box, up that left side, playing it into the middle. The trailer, Charles, comes in, and, well, Jaden Charles, that really isn't the best part of his game. But there you go, full time, and we managed to win again, a match that we were losing at one point, that looked like we were going to lose or at least have to settle for a draw once Alex Fletcher got sent off in the 87th minute. But Andre Landell, baby, 94th minute, game-winning goal. And Rushall Olympic wins 2-1. I don't know, 6.9 rating, 4 clearances in the professional debut for Will Squires. I will take that as a win. And all Gabriel Overton did was pick up Player of the Match honors. He's got a goal, he's got an assist in 2 appearances with us in the Vanarama National League, a 7.4 average rating. So far, Jesus, thumbs up, my dude. So that means we got Bishop Stortford up next in a midweek tilt on the road. So we're going to be playing at their place. They're coming off of back-to-back wins. They beat Boston 3-1 at home, Chorley 2-0 on the road. This is a team newly promoted just like us. They have not been in the Vanarama National North or South. I don't know which one they were in before. Sorry, I don't know where Bishop Stortford, England is. Let me know in the comments if you do. No Googling, no cheating. They were last here when they got relegated in 21st place at the end of the 2016-2017 season. I made note when we looked at the team in the first episode that we had a team that was generally physically fit, so we're only going to be making 2 changes, even though just a couple of days have passed since our last match. One of them is going to be Will Squires dropping down to the bench. You know, it was his debut. He's just not quite really up to game speed yet, so Mitch Clark is going to come in his place, and old man Tom is going to come in as our ball-winning midfielder in place of Alex Fletcher, who, if you had forgotten, got suspended. So 2 teams riding unbeaten streaks, matching up in Bishop Stortford, again, wherever that is, but our unbeaten streak is just a little bit longer, although their current win streak is a little longer than ours. Fine, we'll give them a little bit. Masidi into the middle, but Giddens is going to grab that at the edge of his 6-yard box. So an early cross, just 20 seconds into this match, we just could not make them pay with an early goal. And even though we haven't really seen a lot of action so far in this match, everything that has happened has pretty much gone our way, although that was a bit of a bad turnover. Couldn't quite get it far enough to connect with Ronan Marr, so Alexander will control it for Bishop Stortford in the middle third. Long pass over to Thomas. We got to get a little bit more pressure on him. Sal gets it. Good first touch. Terrible finish. Hopefully off of the goal kick, though, we can move the ball up and we don't turn it. I don't like goal kick highlights or highlights that start so deep in our end, because I always get so nervous that it's just immediately saying you're going to make a stupid turnover and you're going to get mad at Football Manager because you gave up a goal that you really shouldn't have because of just base stupidity by something one of your players did. That all being said, we didn't have that happen, but if you noticed, most of this highlight has been in favor of the opposition. We do get it back in our end, but it's been going for so long, who knows if there's going to be a turnover, or who knows if you're going to get a home run pass from McClintock that Meyer almost finishes. Almost finishes. That would have been an absolutely fantastic highlight. Now, hopefully something happens off of this corner. Otherwise, why have we just wasted the last 2 minutes of our lives? Mantom looking back post. Unable to win it, but Coyle hopefully can recycle quickly over to Brown. Back for Coyle. Left side, runs out of room before moving it to the interior. Brown to Mantom. Back to the goal, so we'll lay it to Clark. Looking over the top. Switch of play over to Coyle. Into the near corner. His cross is going to be blocked out, and that's going to go out for a throw, which we are not going to see. So I ask you, Football Manager, why? Why did we see all of that? Is it because we're leading up to this free kick by Meyer? Oh, and Brown just a little bit loopy on that header attempt. Good free kick chance taken by Meyer, just that little bit off target, but it came right to Brown. He just could not finish it off, which I've got to admit is a little disappointing. Clearance by the goalkeeper, won by Masaidi. He's just waiting for help in the middle, so we'll hang on, looking for Meyer, and too much. All things considered, it's been a pretty decent first half for Rushall Olympic. That being said, decent first halves where you don't score don't really mean a hill of beans. So hopefully we can do something here in the final minute or so of regulation in this first half. Ball thrown over the top. Meyer, can he get there? No. Messaoudin sending it long, but it's settled down. McClintock. Nice pass to Masaidi. Gets past one man. Past the second on Cole, and Messaoudin making a fantastic save. Please let us make them pay on the corner. Otherwise, the player of the match so far is the goalkeeper for Bishop Stortford, and we did not make them pay. So a lot of opportunities in the first half, no goals. Looking at the XG story, it is definitely all Rushall Olympic right now. 7 shots to just 1 for the opposition. They didn't get it on target. We must be better in the second frame. You know, and frankly, when you give the pump up, you can do it. I have faith in you, team talk, and you still have players who are nervous and apprehensive, yet the team knows what's what, and they know the Football Manager is going to screw them just as much as you do. Really hate that there's nothing I can do about it. Early highlight, looking back post. Thank God for Jake Weaver, because I was so very convinced, to be perfectly honest with you, that they were going to score in the first minute of the second half. Luckily, though, they didn't, but hey, final third throw-in. Next best thing for the AI. Thomas putting it in the middle. Overton coming back, stealing it away. McClintock controls it to Clark. Green up to Masidi. Into the middle. McClintock with it again. Tries to move it past his man, throwing it towards Overton. He gets past the defense. Bit wide, so he's going to have to hold up play. Looking back post for Marr, and why can't we hit the target when we need to the most? We have 4 times so far in the match, so I'm not saying that we never hit the target, but if we did on that opportunity, we'd be up 1-0. Marr, indirect free kick. Terrible clearance by Bishop Stortford. So there is Brown, edge of the box, Clark, laying it back for Green. Sullivan, nice ball for Marr, and he's going to tuck it home. Ronan Marr, his 4th goal of the year, except he's already scored 4 goals this year. Flag is up. Ronan Marr was offside. We have been the better team in this match, by leaps and bounds, but I think we are going to make the same move that we made last time. That's going to be moving Overton in place of Marr and bringing my boy in. Let's see if Mantom can score. Oh, they're giving him space. Moves it to his left foot, and that was close, but again, no cigar. So Overton's going to become our attacking forward. Marr's coming off. Andre Lundell, the only motivated player on our bench, is coming in. Now, Alex Moore is composed, so we'll have him come. Well, you know what? He's really a midfielder, and we're kind of covered on the midfield, so we're going to make just the one change, and hopefully with 20 minutes to go, it's going to pan out. We're going to go a little bit more attacking. I think we can afford to. Right now, Bishop Stortford just is not getting the ball forward. The match momentum is completely in our favor, so naturally we're either going to lose 1-0 or we're going to remain deadlocked at 0-0. And right now, probably 1-0, because final third throw-in, Thomas again, moving it into the middle, drops it for Alexander. Put some pressure on him, please. No, he's able to get it free out wide for Cochran, carrying it forward. Yep, stutter step from the defense. Nobody gets in front of him. Cross for Sal, and blissfully, Sal does not seem to be a very good player. Osman Sal, 9 heading? Okay. So actually at this level, he should be okay. Just the 1 assist for a 6'4" striker, though. 6'4" average rating. I think that pretty much encapsulates the issues that are being experienced this year by Bishop Stortford. Less than 10 minutes left to go. Let's see if we can do something with the corner. Mantum to take it. Now, he's not having the greatest game, so maybe we will take him out. I know you say not to make subs too late in the match, because unless they do something really wild, crazy, and kooky, Jaden Charles is going to come in for Callum Coyle as well. You know, unless you do something like absolutely spectacular, they're not going to get a match rating, and it's like they never played the match at all. But in reality, this is the way football works, and fresh legs do not know how much time is left in the match. Played in Overton, but Messaoudin, pretty easy for him. Overton was offside anyway, so no real big deal. So Moore and Charles are coming on. Mantum and Coyle off for us. We're out shooting Bishop Stortford 14-2. They have yet to hit the target, although the momentum once again going in their way. And once again, Mahoney throwing it in from the same place, finds McGregor, who blissfully cannot find the back of the net. But that was the kind of play where McGregor is there. He's got a defender on him. The defender does not make a move to do anything, so it left McGregor free with that header, and if he had gotten that down, they would have scored. Let's see if Charles can do it. Nope, see, McGregor gets in the air, because what's good for the AI is good for the gander. Cross blocked by Sullivan. The final whistle is sounded, and we keep our unbeaten streak going, but a very disappointing 0-0 draw on the road at Bishop Stortford. I guess you could say we went on the road, we rescued a point off of the road, we kept our unbeaten streak going. It's now, 6 matches, and everything should be good. But when you outshoot the opposition 15-3, and they don't hit the target at all, and you have a clear-cut chance and 4 half chances, and you still can make nothing with it, you didn't really have the game that you wish you could have had. That all being said, we're a month and change into the season, and we sit 5th place on the Vanarama National League North table. We were expected to come and be relegated as a newly promoted team, and right now we find ourselves 9 points outside of the safety zone with a whole ton of teams in between us. But there is still a lot of football left to play. 38 league matches remain, so we're going to play through a whole bunch of them. I'm not going to tell you when we're coming back, because I just don't know yet. We're going to see how things shake out. We're going to see what the league table looks like, and then we'll return with 2 more matches in the Vanarama National League North, and we've got our first match in the FA Cup coming up as well. We're going to do that one off camera. If you've been enjoying the series so far, and I really hope you have, so far the signees are working out for us. Now Squires, the center back, really just making the one appearance. But right now, Gabriel Overton is looking like a winner at striker. So far, what would you give Jesus as a grade as our director of football? Right now, I'll give him a B. It's incomplete. I'd love to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. If you're brand new, well, you can start the beginning of the series right over there. And even if you want to check out what we did in Germany with our South by Southwest series, totally different vibe and style, well, you can watch that as well. Until we see each other again, my friends. Bye-bye.